everybody, and welcome to Connecticut Style. I'm Jocelyn Memento. Teresa and I have a fun-filled show planned for you today. Coming up in the kitchen, Denise Mickelson from Fine Cooking Magazine shares a refreshing recipe for watermelon salsa and homemade tortilla chips. Plus, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and author Matt Rectal talks about his latest thriller, The Devil's Plaything, and still ahead.
I'm Teresa LeBarbe, and we're at the Manchester Ropes Challenge course. It's all about team building and zip lining. You're not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned.
And it looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? So Edgar Fiore from Woodbridge and all of you watching, sit back and relax. You're having lunch with style.
The new revolution at Lake Compounds. What I like about you. Go for a breathtaking spin on the new Revolution. Save big online at lakecompounds.com or when you show your Stop and Shop card at the gate. That's what I like about you. Just a short drive away in Bristol, Connecticut.
Hey! Everybody knows sleepers sit like a pile of rocks, and sleeping? Yuck!
Not anymore. Introducing my new and improved bobblepedic sleeper. Only $5.99 in single, full, or queen size.
Sits great with memory foam cushions.
Sleeps great with memory foam mattress. An elevated headrest for reading and watching TV.
Ever try moving a sleeper to queen? Presto, it's a snap.
You choose the size, you choose the color. Only $5.99 each.
Now that I have Assurance, I can call our doctor. With Assurance Wireless, you get a free cell phone plus 250 free voice minutes each month.
Now that we have Assurance, we can keep in touch with our grandchildren.
You also get nationwide coverage and these calling features with no annual contract. Plus, it's easy to keep your current number.
To see if you qualify, call 1-800-378-7320. That's 1-800-378-7320. Or visit AssuranceWireless.com.
I had the opportunity to take on the Manchester Ropes Challenge course with a couple of high school students. Not only was it a great way to spend a day outside, it was a lesson in trust and adrenaline rush, and I made a few friends along the way. Take a look. Whether you visit the Manchester Ropes Challenge course to bond, build confidence, or overcome a fear, any way you look at it, it's a whole lot of fun. What am I in store for?
You're in store for excitement. We're going to do some team building, some trust building. I brought out some of our all-stars from our school.
Great. The first challenge teaches individuals how to trust one another and how to have successful relationships. It's called the Wild Woozy. There's no way to make it across these wires without some sort of support.
You guys can use the tree to start. If you want to brace on the tree. Spotters, make sure you step in as she climbs up.
Should I grab your hand? Okay.
There you go.
I don't like this.
I know, but it is good advice. Butt in, hands up. See if you guys can push up, push up. Go above your heads and push up. There you go. Nice.
We're doing a push-up
You're
into
ahead of
each
me.
other.
Wait, we're not going to reach this far apart. It just dawned on me.
All right. Nice job.
It wasn't easy, but no one was hurt because we trusted our fellow group members. Next on the course, the catwalk. It's an obstacle that tests just how well you react to heights. This one requires a harness.
You're going to come through this one here. Look through the rest.
While you are secured and there's no chance of falling, it is certainly intimidating. Here goes nothing. It takes a lot of upper body strength to climb up the tree, but the belay system gives you that extra pull you might need. Making it up to the platform is the easy part.
I feel like a monkey up here.
This is where the catwalk comes in. It's time to strut your stuff across this, well, log. It's good. With nothing to hold on to, 40 feet up in the air. Just walk across? Yeah. I can't do that.
We bet you can. Come on, guys.
That's scary.
All right.
What do I hold on to? Okay, so I made it across, but what goes up must come down.
All right, let me go. There you go.
Ooh! I didn't like that. 2 feet on the ground. Just call me Grace. The next activity creates quite the adrenaline rush. After making sure your spotters and belay is secure, it was up the ladder to the zip line. I climbed up the tree and made it to the platform, met by Mike, who is going to secure me for my 150-yard ride down the line. There was no turning back once I was up there. Oh, it's a little scary. This is all secure and everything, right?
You are secure. Your brain is telling you it is not, but it is.
That's it, right?
See ya.
All right. Bye! Now, take a look at this. The zip from my point of view, from the camera attached to me.
See ya.
All right. Bye! With the help of my high school friends, they pulled me to the ladder and it was all over. An exhilarating experience, one I would highly recommend. Now the Manchester Ropes Course Challenge is open to the public. It can be rented out to a group of any size throughout the summer. And for more information on the course, you could log on to our website, WTNH.com, to be connected to theirs. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.
Oh, well, I think I'll pass. But all right, of all the things you did there, what was your favorite thing?
I really enjoyed the zip line, and you're actually going about 40 miles per hour down the line. It's really fast. And it was cool that we had the different angle with the camera attached to me.
But you don't have a fear of heights, do you?
No, it was just fun. I just wanted that rush, and it certainly mission accomplished. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, it does look like a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, and a lot of nice people that I met out there. All right, coming up next, a refreshing recipe for watermelon salsa and homemade tortilla chips. That's when Connecticut Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
At Dairy Queen, we don't stop at good enough. We don't just give you a cake, we give you a Blizzard cake with creamy DQ vanilla or chocolate soft serve and your favorite Blizzard flavor. And we don't just blow bubbles. We blow bubbles with kittens inside them. Because at Dairy Queen, good isn't good enough. Delicious DQ Blizzard cakes, creamy DQ soft serve and your favorite Blizzard flavor. So good, it's ridiculous.
This is attorney blah blah, and I'm going to get you lots of money for your blah blah injuries. When all personal injury lawyers sound the same, how do you choose? I'm attorney Vincent Trantolo, and my law firm provides you with your very own case concierge. That's your person on the inside who keeps you updated on your case. It's a special treatment that other lawyers don't provide. That's what it means to be legal veterans. If you've been injured, call 888-TRAN-TOLO.
At Fridays, $12.99 gets you more than 3 full courses of great tasting food. Sure, you'll start by choosing from a variety of Fridays' delicious appetizers, plenty of entrees, and a selection of decadent desserts. But it doesn't end there. Watching our bartenders mix up ultimate cocktails is a 4th course in itself. And what about course number 5? Sharing good times with new friends at the bar. Always ending the day better than it started? Course number 6. There's no telling where the courses might end. But let's start with those 3 delicious full courses for $12.99 and see where the night takes you.
Watermelon is delicious on its own, but our next guest is going to show us how to prepare it with a surprising twist that your guests will love. Denise Mickelson is the associate editor of Fine Cooking Magazine. Welcome back, Denise.
Thank you so much.
All right, we are talking about watermelon.
Watermelon.
This is one of my favorite things to eat during the summer, really.
It's the perfect summer fruit, but everybody thinks about eating it out of hand, right? It just
Absolutely.
Cuts, well,
it's easy. Cut it, and it tastes so sweet.
And it's
a
wonderful.
Perfect dessert on its own.
But, you know, you can take take it a savory way, you can make it into a salsa, into a regular tomato, but with watermelon salsa to go with chips. It's so good. It's so good for cookouts and barbecues and picnics.
So it can be sweet and tangy at the same time?
Yes. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
You ready?
All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's take a look at what you have ingredient-wise here.
Right. So, well, we've got our watermelon. Look how beautiful and red it is.
Okay. Really quickly, how do
Yeah.
we choose a watermelon?
Okay, you want something, it should have a yellow spot underneath because that's where it rested on the ground as it grew.
Okay.
And you want it to be heavy for its size, although all watermelons are heavy, aren't they?
Pretty big.
And, you know, thump it. And if it sounds, you know, nice and kind of solid, and it's nice and green, and it's got the yellow spot on the bottom, you should be good to go.
All right, so if it sounds a little hollow?
Yeah, you don't want it
You don't
to
want
sound hollow.
that.
No.
Something solid.
No, nice and solid, heavy for its size, no blemishes, obviously, no cracks, nothing like that. You know, if it looks nice and fresh and moist.
Okay, so that's how we choose our watermelon.
Right, so that's how you choose. So now we have a watermelon. This is about 1.5 pounds worth of watermelon cut up. What we're going to do to bring out its kind of like savory side, we're going to take chipotle chili, which is a nice smoky chili. We're going to mix it with a little oil.
And you can get the chipotle chili
in
at
the
the spice
supermarket.
rack,
Yeah,
right?
just at the spice rack. It's already ground up for you. We're just going to brush a little bit of that on our watermelon. This is going to add a little smoky note to the salsa. It's really delicious. So you brush that on, and then you sprinkle it just with a little bit of salt, because everything is better with salt. Kosher salt.
Kosher salt. Okay.
And then we are going to take this and we're going to grill it. Ooh, hear the sizzle.
Yes.
It's working. So this is also really quick. Get your grill or your grill pan if you're inside. Just screaming hot. Grill it for about 1 minute per side. You just want to see nice grill marks. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So, you know, you could do this while you have something else grilling your dinner.
Absolutely.
And then you've got the salsa. So we're going to kind of move this. We're hoping that these are nice.
How long does it usually take?
Usually 1 minute per side. But see, this is pretty hot. We're already getting a little something. And we're just going to kind of move this along. This is television,
look how pretty.
But look at that.
Very nice.
It's beautiful. And really, heat brings out flavor. So it's just bringing out the sweetness of the watermelon.
Too.
And it brings out the color a little bit. So let's just take this off.
Okay.
Bring it to our board over here. Okay. Oh, doesn't that smell good?
Do you want me to put the other ones?
It really smells good.
We'll just leave it as is.
We'll just leave it as is.
Okay.
We'll just move this along. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut off the rind. If it's hot, you can let it cool for a minute. But you're going to cut off the rind, just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Don't know why, but this watermelon doesn't look like it has too many seeds.
No, it doesn't. And, you know, if you see any, you can just kind of pop them out with your finger. No big deal.
I usually choose the one that has just a ton of seeds.
Yeah, well, you don't want seeds in your salsa. So if you see a lot of seeds, get rid of them.
Get rid of them. Okay.
We're just going to chop this up real quick. Now, pretend we're at home and we're really making this. We're going to do all this watermelon. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we're just going to throw the watermelon we have right in there, and we're going to move on to the other ingredients that we have. And we're going to turn off the oven because it's
going to burn.
smoking.
Yes, okay.
Okay, we've got 1/3 cup of cucumber. Just, you know, the plastic wrapped seedless cucumbers you get in the store.
Oh, I like that. I like my cucumbers seedless,
Me too.
really.
Me too. I always buy those. And they're sweet. They're nice.
Yes, crunchy.
These are serrano chilies. We took the seeds out because we didn't want it to be overly spicy. You want to get the sweetness of the watermelon.
Because it is the seeds that's really spicy, right?
I have the spice. So that's half of a serrano chili. We've got a tablespoon of shallot, some chopped fresh cilantro, and a tomato. Because salsa, you know,
you gotta have the tomato.
Also, we've got a tablespoon of oil, just to kind of pull the whole thing together. Now, you're just going to run this through.
You just want to pulse it.
Yeah, and you just put quickly. I mean, 1, 2, 3, right? Salsas are good chunky, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So, look, you're done. You are done.
Could you add like avocado or anything to that if you want?
You could kind of give it a guacamole
Yes.
edge. Absolutely. But look at this. So we're going to pour this in here. Looks all frothy now, but it's going to settle down. You add a little lime juice. And now here's the trick with the salsa. If I put salt on this right now, we're going to let this sit for an hour so all the flavors can blend together. If I put the salt in now, it's going to draw all the water out of the tomato and the watermelon and the cucumber. It's going to get all watery. You don't want a watery salsa. So at this point, you let this sit for an hour and get all the flavors
1
to marry.
hour.
When you're about to serve it, I mean, you could do half an hour.
You let it sit
but
just anywhere in the
just
kitchen.
let it sit right on your counter.
Okay.
Let all the flavors blend. And when you're ready to serve it, you add salt. So that way, it tastes good, but it hasn't gotten all watery, because, you know, nobody wants a watery salsa. So there you go. That is all there is to it. That's it.
And that recipe is in this month's
It is. It's in our
Fine Cooking
June-July
magazine?
issue of Fine Cooking, and it's on finecooking.com as well.
Good.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll also have that recipe on our website, WTNH.com, and click on Connecticut Style.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Now, we are moving on.
We have another special treat
That's right,
here.
we
We
do.
are going to make our own tortilla chips. This is awesome. No.
Now, I usually buy mine, just
I know.
so you know.
You can buy them, but we have a special twist with these. So what you're going to do, you're just going to take regular corn tortillas you bought at the store, cut them into 6 pieces.
Can you use any type of tortilla? Because, you know, there are different flavors
for corn.
now.
I don't know how flour tortillas would fry out.
Really?
Oh, you mean flavored ones?
Flavored ones. I've seen those too.
Flavored corn ones. I think they just make flavored flour.
So you just want to use corn?
Corn tortillas.
Okay.
You know, because then it's like a corn chip, you know, that you're dipping in the salsa. So what you're going to do is you take salt, kosher salt, and lime zest. You see how it's all beautiful and green? You're going to mix that together with your fingers and mush the zest into the salt. Do you smell that now?
I do.
It's starting to get all citrusy.
And is that from one?
That's just a teaspoon and a half of salt and the zest of one lime.
Okay.
And it actually starts to turn green. All the oils from the zest go into the salt.
Oh yeah, you can smell the lime.
Right? Isn't that delicious? So that's a little seasoned salt. We're going to even stir in a little cayenne there, and it's now got a little spice to it. That's going to go on our chips. But watch how easy this is.
Okay.
We are going to take these chips. This is ½ an inch of vegetable oil.
How hot is that? Is that pretty hot?
It's hot, but here's how you know if it's ready. You put in a chip, and if it starts to sizzle immediately,
it's ready.
You're good. So look, you just throw a few of these in. They're sizzling away. It's going to take about a minute. But this is not a deep fry. Like, this is not that much oil. You could always save it and fry something else. But look, you're making your own tortilla chips. That's all you have to do.
That is really easy.
Right? That is so easy. And, oh, you know what? We don't have our bag. But
what do you need?
A paper bag, which, you know what, we had, but now it's not here. It's not a big deal. Here's what you're going to do. You are going to fry these until they're golden brown.
Okay.
So that's going to take about a minute or two. You're going to put them on. These are not yet golden brown, but let's just move along anyway. We're going to put them on the paper towel to drain. And then, when they're not too hot to handle, you're going to put them into a brown paper bag, a clean bag. And you're going to take this, not all of it. Don't put in all of it at once, because you're going to do batches of these. You're going to put in a little handful of that. You're going to shake the bag gently. Don't crush your chips. And the warm chips are going to take on all the seasoned salts. It's going to adhere to them. You're going to have these amazing flavored tortilla corn chips.
And we actually have some right
and
here.
And we do, thank goodness. Look, so we have these, and this is the salsa.
This is how you want the color to look.
So this is the golden brown we're talking about.
You can actually see the spices. I can see the lime zest.
The lime zest.
Yes.
These are so delicious. But here's a shortcut. If you don't want to go through the frying, buy your regular own tortilla chips that you like. Put them on a baking sheet and put them in a low oven. Just get them a little warm, and then do the bag trick. Make the salt.
Oh, so you add your own spices.
Yeah, so then you get that flavor, but you didn't have to fry the chips. That's perfectly acceptable.
All right. Well,
this is so try.
This is a great dish to serve at a picnic or anything that you're having at home.
If you like salsa, this could go on fish tacos. It'd be delicious.
Oh, that's perfect.
You could serve it with halibut, with shrimp, with salmon. I mean, this is a really versatile salsa.
Okay, you gonna try this with me?
Of course I am.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right, we're going to make loud crunching
noises.
We
are. That's okay.
Right?
I love the lime and the salt. It's delicious.
Sweet, salty, using your favorite, you know, that's fruit of the season, watermelon.
Denise, as always, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
We love it when you come.
My pleasure.
All right, there's more Connecticut Style coming your way right after this. Really.
It's good, right? Delicious and easy.
Dozens of state troopers about to be laid off, and we don't have enough of them to begin with.
Right now, there are 1,127, more than 1,000 fewer police officers than the government believes are needed to protect this state.
And that's not counting the ones we're about to lose.
57 layoffs of sworn Connecticut state troopers is devastating to our agency and to public safety.
Well, your safety is our priority, so we're going to stay on this story for you. Who's got your back? News 8.
A witness claims Sierra was speeding. We proved them wrong. The insurance company said Dave was at fault because he laid his bike down. We proved them wrong. If you've gone down, we'll pick you up. I'm John Heyman, and that's my promise.
These sweet clustery things have fiber? Fiber 1. Almost tastes like one of Jack's cereals.
I forgot Jack's cereal. What's for breakfast?
Try the number 1.
I've never heard of it.
It's great.
It's a sweet honey cereal. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Are you guys all right?
Yeah.
Half a day's worth of fiber. Not that anyone has to know. Fiber beyond recognition. Fiber 1.
Ooh la la! It's ShopRite Summertime Can Sale.
You'll find uncanny savings on golden bananas, just 49 cents a pound.
Now's the time to stock up while the values last. It's hot, hot, hot! Oh.
and mind-altering science. It is the stuff of movies or a high-tech suspense thriller. Pulitzer Prize winner Matt Richtel's new book, Devil's Plaything, looks into the dark recesses of the mind and the plot underway to change the human brain. Welcome, Matt.
Well, thank you for having me, Jocelyn.
I think this book is actually going to make a wonderful movie, don't you think?
From your mouth to Hollywood's ears.
Let's
get it. Go ahead.
Let's tell everybody about the plot of this book. I mean, it really is a page-turner. I read it, and it was just a fun book to read.
Well, I'm thrilled to hear you say that. Yeah, I mean, underneath this is I hope, an unusual and interesting buddy duo, or buddy story between an investigative reporter in San Francisco and his grandmother who suffers severe dementia. And she knows a terrible secret about the world, but because of her condition, she doesn't know what the secret is or even that she knows one. And so as a conspiracy begins to befall the family, our protagonist, our investigative reporter, realizes he's got to get this secret out of her head and, without sounding too crazy, about it, save the world.
Now, do you see yourself as the protagonist?
My theory, Jocelyn, is always write a protagonist who is slightly taller and more handsome than you are. So, yes, with those caveats. I mean, he's a disheveled, somewhat rumpled, commitment-phobic journalist in San Francisco. I would say that's me, but that pretty much describes every journalist. So, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've drawn from my own emotions. I've drawn from my own relationships. I have an unbelievably close relationship with my paternal grandmother. She is not, by the way, she does not suffer dementia. She is coming up on 94 and on the ball. But the ties between us helped seed that core relationship in this story.
Now, as a science reporter, is there technology like this in existence, what we're talking about in the book?
Yeah, without giving too much away about the conspiracy, I will say this is drawn from real science and real reporting I've done the last few years for the New York Times. I don't want to say that technology is not good. It's got unbelievably wonderful applications. I couldn't have written this book without my word processor. It would have taken 700 years on a stone tablet. But that being said, there's some real side effects we're beginning to awaken to. Our attention is fractured. When we multitask, we think we're doing more than one thing at a time and being more productive. In fact, we are often being less productive because our attention is divided. So this book draws on real science that I've been writing about how heavy technology use affects performance in the brain.
Well, that seems to be a bit scary, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. The thing at its core, one thing that I think we can all probably relate to is, you feel that buzzing in your pocket, or you hear the computer buzz with an instant message, the phone come with a ring, and you can't ignore it. Well, what seems to be happening, the scientists say, is every time that phone buzzes or rings or whatever you've got it set to, you get a dopamine squirt, a little burst of adrenaline, and you get accustomed to it, and in its absence you feel bored. That's a kind of addiction because you keep seeking it out. Now, that's one half of the equation. The other half of the equation is when you are constantly seeking it out, you're being drawn away from other things. You're being drawn from what you wanted to focus on. You combine that phenomenon, you get a pretty powerful experience.
Well, that's what I think is very scary about this. It makes me not want to be so connected.
Yeah, I mean, the analogy I've come to think about is technology is food. Thank you, New York Times, for this revelation, but you need food to survive. On the 21st century, you need technology to survive, but we've also come to realize that some food is Twinkies and some food is Brussels sprouts. And I think we're starting to realize that with technology consumption, some of it's good for us, some not so good. Some can actually be gluttonous. And so I've tried to take this kind of real science and bake it into, I'm hoping an irresistible thriller. Only the readers can say that, whether I've succeeded.
Well, I think it is. My other question to you is, do you think science needs to be kept in check? I think they're both on the business side and on the science side. They're wonderfully entrepreneurial people who are trying to push the envelopes of things, and they're excited by what's out there, what they can sell, and what they can do to the human mind. And I think I don't know if it needs to be kept in check, but I think that writers and journalists and just citizens need to think about what the effects are of the things that we're buying. I mean, think about it this way.
Silicon Valley, for all its terrific attributes, wants us to be wired all the time. In fact, they make us feel lousy if we're unconnected. They make fun of us in their marketing by saying, what, you're not wired? Your device must not work well. Well, we need to ask ourselves whether we want to be on all the time. Are there side effects of that?
I know I try not to be on all the time. Again, the book is Devil's Plaything by Matt Rectal. Matt, thanks so much for joining us. It was so enlightening.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
There's more Connecticut Style coming your way right after this.
Tonight, the Bachelorette will meet the parents and the brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles. She's ready to say I do, but are they?
I just don't know if I'm going to propose to her.
The Bachelorette, all new, tonight at 8/7 Central on ABC.
Roll and spin 360 degrees on the Revolution at Lake Compounds. Get free Pepsi all day and save with coupons from Burger King. Or at lakecompounds.com.
Life before my new dentures was hard. I couldn't eat what I wanted to eat. But after I went to Aspen Dental, big difference. I could eat all the foods I love. They knew how to help me find payments that I could afford because I'm on a fixed income. And best of all, they have the most wonderful people in the office.
Right now, custom crafted dentures start at just $249. Call 1-800-ASPEN Dental.
And I can't say thank you enough.
Take a little time to smile.
Ring, ring.
Progresso.
I look great in my wedding dress with the help of your amazing light soups.
You know they're the only ones endorsed by Weight Watchers.
They taste so good.
Now we're adding even bigger pieces of white meat chicken. Oh, so when's the big day?
Oh, we got married years ago. But the point is, I fit in it.
Are you wearing it?
Right now? Yes.
Well, good for you.
Excuse me. Oh, so sorry.
Hey, you look nice.
Oh, thank you.
Progresso. You gotta taste this soup.
No, I want to talk to you more about that Zipline.
Oh, it was an adventure, Joss.
Oh my goodness. I admire you for doing it because it's not something I would do. But at what point were you really scared?
It was a little bit intimidating to be on the catwalk, that log that I was walking across. It's about 50 feet, 45 feet up in the air. And you really don't have anything
how wide?
To hold on to. Oh, I would say about 6 inches, maybe 8 inches.
My.
So you did a little balancing act there.
A little.
It was fun, and then you realize, wow, I could do this. So that's where the whole confidence building comes in.
And you really did become trusting with your
those little kids. My life was in their hands. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. I recommend it, and of course, I want to thank you for watching. Make it a great day.
See you later, everybody.